Hi guys, this is Will here at 5 Minute Digital Recording Tips, and today we're going to take it right back to basics and show you guys how to set up a session for the very first time. So if you're in Pro Tools, we'll go to New Session. We can leave these as they are, and then we'll just hit OK. Now, very important here to save all your recording to an external hard drive. I've got a hard drive here that's partitioned between audio and library. The library contains all my samples, and the audio contains all my actual sessions. So we want to select audio and hit new folder. So it'll create a new folder in my audio hard drive. We'll call this folder test sessions November, we'll say. And we'll hit create, and then we'll name this particular session as test 1.1. Okay, and then we can just hit OK and save. So it's created our Pro Tools session for us, and you can see up the top the name there, test 1.1. So the first thing we got to do once we open up a new session, at least for beginners, is to set up our inputs and our outputs, to give them names. So you'll see we've got inputs, outputs, bus, inserts, mic preamps, etc. Today we're going to look at pretty much just inputs and outputs. So if we go down here to within inputs, and I've actually left channel 1 and 2 on my inputs clear for now. Channel 3 and 4 are a 610 and a distressor, which are two forms of compressors, and also on the next one is an LA, which is also a compressor. My outputs I've just named as mains, and there's a bunch of buses there which we don't need to concern ourselves with right now. So we'll just, if you were to change anything, you just double click on it and write in the name and then hit OK. That will get us, so that will set up our inputs and outputs, so that when we open up our drop down windows to find inputs to arm a track, then we can find the correct one. So let's create a track. There's two ways. You actually can go to the menu at the top and create new, or you can hit Shift Apple N, which will also do it. It will give you some drop down menus here. There's various auxes, audio tracks, master tracks, MIDI, instrument, and then I've created a bunch more which I've shown you how to do in another video, which you should check out if you have time. But today we're just going to create an audio track. So create, there it is, and let's call this acoustic guitar for now. So we'll write that in and hit OK, and there we have it. So now we want to route the signal to the track. So we go to our input drop down menu, we click on it, and this is coming in on channel 4 for me, which is the distressor channel. So I've got it going through an API to a distressor, which is a type of compressor. So we click on that, and then we leave the output as it is, which is the mains. So there, actually, I want to change that there because it's calling it a Digi 002 when actually it's an Apogee. So we'll go back up to our setup to I/O again, and we'll change this to Apogee. So there you have a Apogee, and then OK. Okay, so now we can see we have our input and our output. So from there, really, we should be able to start recording this acoustic guitar. We hit arm the track, and let's play a couple of notes here and see if we can get a little bit of signal. Let me just grab the guitar. There it is. Now you might, at this point, you can look at your meter and you can adjust your preamp and your compressors and so on to get a reasonable signal. You don't need to blast the meters. I tend to go about halfway up the meter is where I think is probably a decent level to be at. You certainly don't want to be encountering any digital overs or anything like that. So go halfway up. In a later video, we'll show you how to actually make a template so that you can create this anytime you want to. But for now, this is the way to do it.